Here we go. Now I'm going to show you how to do a quick valve adjustment check on the Honda Grom. I believe the first one, according to the service manual, is due at 600 miles. Alright guys, we're going to remove this panel down here and this panel up here. There's 2 bolts on each one. And you're going to use an 8mm wrench to unloosen those. So you're going to need a 6mm Allen wrench for this point and a 10mm for this point, and we're going to go ahead and remove those now. Maybe a little bit of oil. Once you have both of these covers removed, we're going to use a 17mm socket to turn the crankshaft until we see a T in the window. And we're going to turn it counterclockwise. Once you've rotated the crankshaft, you should be able to see a T right in the window there. And then from there you want to check your rocker arms, and it should wobble a little bit. So now that you're on top dead center, and if you miss it, you just rotate it again counterclockwise. You're going to see an F first and then a T. You want to line that up with this hash mark right there. And then you should also feel some movement on your rocker here just by moving it back and forth. Alright, next up we're gonna check the tolerance with the feeler gauge. So now once you have the 2 caps removed from both the top, which is your inlet, and the bottom, which is your exit, you can see here we have the adjusting screw, and your feeler gauge is going to go behind that. Our cover's off and we have the rockers on top dead center. We're going to check the feeler gauge gap, and the gap is, we're going to use the top one is .004. So we stick our feeler gauge behind the adjustment valve. Alright, so there we go. This is how you check it. So it should just be a little bit tight. Feel both sides. Now from the reviews I've seen, quite a few people have said there's no adjustment necessary, especially for your first one, so I suggest testing it first to see if you actually need to, before loosening this bolt, see if your adjustment gap is still alright, and it'll save you some time. What it should look like, where that adjustment point is. Hopefully you guys can see that. And that's how you do it. Now we're going to do the exit valve, which is on the lower part of the bike, and we're going to check this one to be .007 per the manual. So once again, we're going to insert our feeler gauge right behind the adjustment valve. You see this little line right there, and it should just be snug, which it is. So it's requiring no adjustment. I will show you guys from the angle here. I'm laying on the ground. This is what it looks like from the bottom of the bike. But if you do need to make an adjustment, you can use a needle nose pliers and grab this part. And first you're going to loosen the nut, then you're going to grab this part and adjust it, and then tighten that back up until your feeler gauge should just feel snug when it fits in there. And that's where it goes. So it goes just like that. Once you've made your adjustments, go ahead and rotate the crankshaft for 1 full turn until you get your T back in the window again, and then test it to make sure it's right, and then button everything back up.